Welcome back to Off Script. I'm Riley.
And I'm Taylor. And I'm still kind of reeling from what we just watched.
And I'm right here with you, just wow, processing every single devastating second.
Yeah.
Because honestly, what the Buccaneers just did with every single piece of my heart, that was a gut punch.
Gut punch. That's putting it mildly. The title wasn't just, catchy. It was literal. This episode absolutely ripped out every piece of our hearts and maybe stomped on them a bit.
Yeah.
It felt like we went from this, sun-drenched romantic adventure straight into a really dark psychological thriller in 1 hour.
Exactly. And it makes you ask some huge questions, right? Like, why this turn? Why now? What does Richard's death? And wow, we have to talk about that. What does it mean for Conchita, Nan, all of them?
Well, that's what we're diving into today. We're going to unpack every layer, every twist that made you gasp or maybe cry or maybe want to throw something.
Guilty.
So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to Off Script if you haven't already.
Totally.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. Italy. Beautiful, sun-drenched, picturesque Italy.
Yeah, almost too picturesque.
Right.
Then Guy spots James Lord Seadown, and he rushes to warn Jinny.
Only to find out she already knew he was there. That was my first real oh no moment, like deep dread setting in.
Same here. And look, even considering going back with him, my first reaction was just Jinny and no.
Exactly, just pure gut reaction.
It's such a chilling look at the cycle of abuse, isn't it? How victims so often leave in return. It happens when she says, I'm stronger now. And Guy hits her with that quiet, devastating, you always were. Oof.
Oh, that line killed me. Because it's true, her strength was always there, but it doesn't make you immune to that kind of insidious manipulation.
Especially when she's grappling with the isolation, the self-doubt, just the sheer exhaustion of being on the run with a baby.
Yeah, he finds her at her absolute weakest point, and he uses that self-doubt like a weapon. It's monstrous.
Which, naturally, leads him to do the absolute worst thing imaginable, kidnapping baby Freddie.
And that's when the illusion just shatters, that sudden terror in her eyes. The realization hits. It's too late.
It forces them back to England, straight into the lion's den.
Emotionally, you get it. She needed her friends, her sisters. But going back felt like running towards the fire, not away from it. James holds all the power there.
Well, speaking of the sisters, can we just take a second for that reunion scene?
Yes.
It felt like the show got its core sisterhood energy back, after they'd been kind of scattered. It was so needed.
So true. And their plan, initially it felt so smart, so hopeful. Nan working the Home Secretary for women's rights.
While Theo uses his Duke clout to get Jinny's story out there in the Times. Like a two-pronged attack. Brilliant.
Agreed.
And the crisis also gives us that really great grounding moment between Guy and Theo.
Oh, yeah. What could have been super awkward just becomes shared purpose.
Right.
Yeah.
Which just makes what happens next to the opera even worse, more infuriating.
The opera.
Seriously. So they have a plan. A desperate plan, but a plan, and then the opera. Where everything goes horribly, horribly wrong, James Seadown shows up.
The sheer audacity.
Right. He's not hiding. He's performing innocence in front of London society.
And the direction there is just masterful, that opulent opera house. It becomes Jinny's public trial.
Totally.
And it's so calculated. First, Lady Brightlingsea, just pure cold calculation, tells Jinny that James is there. She knows how Jinny will react.
And you just watch it unfold. Jinny confronts him. He plays the wounded party, grabs her.
She slaps him, understandably.
Instinctively. And in that split second, the whole story flips.
Jinny's anger is completely justified. She's fighting for her child. And Seadown wins that round because society is already willing to believe him over her.
And the fallout is immediate and devastating. Jinny's arrested. She's committed. Thrown into a mental asylum.
Horrified.
Just cut off from everyone, from her baby. Locked away for wanting her son back. And look, that montage of Jinny in the asylum, pleading, screaming, being drugged.
Right.
It's tough to watch.
Right.
And then the absolute horror of her being released straight into James's custody.
Because the system sees him as her guardian.
Right. He locks her up in some remote house, torturing her with these brief, cruel glimpses of Freddie, using her love for her son as the ultimate weapon. It's the show at its darkest.
But there's still more horror to come, isn't there?
Unfortunately, yes. But first, a flicker of hope. Lady Brightlingsea actually grows a conscience.
Right. She tells Richard where James is keeping Jinny. I have to say, her arc felt earned. She kind of helped create this mess, so her helping felt right.
Agreed.
And what follows, just some of the most tense TV I've seen in ages. Richard and Honoria showing up. The rescue mission.
And Honoria, can we talk about her absolute hero moment?
Yes.
She has grown so much. I literally cheered when she grabbed baby Freddie. Just pure adrenaline, pure relief in that moment.
Totally. It was edge of your seat stuff. While Richard is downstairs doing that sickeningly fake buddy-buddy thing with James about domesticating women, ugh.
Honoria makes the grab.
Right.
James realizes chaos. At that fight between the brothers, Richard actually knocks him out, frees Jinny. For a second, you think, you're going to make it.
You really do. You let yourself hope for like half a second.
But then James comes back with a gun, and this is where the show pulls its absolute cruelest trick.
Oh my God, that misdirect. We're hiding with Jinny. We see James raise the gun to his own head. We hear the shot, and for one split second, you actually believe he did it.
The relief I felt, like this wave of it's over, and then they cut back, and it's Richard's body. I think I actually gasped out loud.
I definitely did. It was a total throw your remote moment. They killed Richard, the one truly good, decent husband and father on the show.
Barney Fishwick's face in that moment, though.
Yeah.
As James realizes he's killed his own brother, that shock, that flicker of regret, like his whole twisted logic just shattered right there, chilling.
Yeah.
And that final scene, Jinny walking home, silent. The music swells, drowns everything out. We don't need the words.
No, you don't. You just feel it. Masterful ending. Sometimes silence is way lighter.
Okay. Deep breaths.
Yeah.
Overall reaction. How you feeling about this episode now?
Honestly, emotionally devastated, but kind of blown away. Absolutely brilliant television. This episode just fundamentally shifted the whole show, and I think I'm here for it.
See, I'm a little more conflicted. Like the craft, incredible. The acting, phenomenal. But part of me worries they lost some of that original charm, that lighter touch. Did it get too dark?
But isn't that just growth? The characters are facing heavier stuff, so the show has to get heavier too. Season 1 was finding love. Season 2 is about surviving it. Feels real.
Okay.
Okay, highlights. Imogen Waterhouse as Jinny. For me, masterful.
She was incredible. But I had to shout out Barney Fishwick as James. Terrifyingly good.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, scene stealer, who just commanded the screen.
Maybe James with that awful opera performance. But I'm going to go back to Guy. Just his eyes. When he confronts Jinny about James, that silent pain. Powerful.
He conveys so much without saying a word.
So, theories. What happens next? What are you thinking?
Okay, theory 1 I'm seeing everywhere. James frames Jinny for Richard's murder.
Ooh, dark.
Right. He already painted her as unstable at the opera, plus her history.
Right. Okay, theory 2. Richard's death becomes a political rallying cry for Nan. Lord murdered by his brother, wife legally powerless. Maybe this pushes the women's rights bill.
His death saves other women. I could see it. So let's grade it. Moment of truth. What score are you giving this episode?
I'm landing on a strong A-.
Okay.
Bold, risky, mostly landed perfectly, skyrocketed the stakes, amazing performances. It gave the show real weight.
Ooh, okay. I'm actually going B+.
Oof.
Look, I respect the darkness. The execution was brilliant. Richard's death, James's manipulation, total gut punch TV. But the whiplash was real. It felt like a different show sometimes after all the lighter friendship stuff.
But isn't that why it worked? The contrast gave it weight. Guy and Jinny got so much deeper, the writing sharpened up.
But it also maybe burned a bridge to that cozier feel some viewers loved.
Maybe, but real storytelling isn't always cozy, right?
Yeah. Either way, you can't argue with the impact. It broke our hearts, sure, but it made the Buccaneers unforgettable.
Absolutely. It proved the stakes now are survival, not just romance.
Totally. Okay. That was our deep dive into every single piece of my heart. The episode that really did a number on us.
So what did you think? And yes, venting is totally allowed. We're right there with you on this one.
Yeah, exactly.
And what are your theories? We need to know.
Seriously, drop everything in the comments below. Your thoughts, your theories, your emotional state. We read them all. We love hearing from you.
And if you appreciated this breakdown, please smash that like button, subscribe to Offscript if you're not already, and definitely ring that notification bell so you don't miss what comes next.
Because yeah, after this one, we're going to need to keep processing together.